This soft guy era is changing the lives of thousands of men and overall putting into perspective just how crazy it is when men have standards. On top of that, we're gonna watch how both women and men respond to this new era and just see how different perspectives look. And then finally, I'm gonna reveal some game-changing strategies that will help you avoid time wasters and girls who just aren't invested in you. So in order to really grasp the soft guy era, we must understand how it started. So back in like 2023, 2022, a girl that we call the Sprinkle Lady pretty much went on a bunch of rants to women about how they should manipulate men for their money, make sure he spends as much money as possible for you to give him any level of compliance. All these super goofy, high-level manipulation tactics just to make a man like them and be invested in them more than just for sex.
You ask men for money without feeling bad like this. Do you want to make me happy right now? Yeah, of course I do. I want to make you happy too.
I'm glad she put the old man emoji because all them old ass dudes who are single be tricking like a motherfucker, bruh. One thing I can say about our generation coming up, the generation going on right now, is that we're privy to the game that they're playing, bro. We're not stupid no more.
Happy right now? Yeah, of course I do. I want to make you happy too. But later on. Well, what do you want? Then whisper in his ear like this. I want you to take me to the ATM.
Goofy ass motherfuckers, dude. Why would you put something that's limited for something that's almost unlimited? You could probably approach maybe like 10 girls a day for the next 50 years. You probably won't even approach 1% of women on this planet. The fact that men are willing to spend money to get a woman just goes to show you the lack of absolute confidence they have in their own ability, their own character. And I don't want to sound like cheesy or yapping, but why would I spend my hard-earned money on something that's free almost? Like,
I want you to take me to the ATM and give me as much money as you choose. It's kind of a kink. I just want to see what you're gonna give.
shorty, I'm gonna give you an invoice for $100. Like, there's just a certain kind of man that these girls will play with like that. Like there's definitely a certain demographic of men who just don't understand the games and manipulation that comes from this sort of thing. There's actually guys who are like this, please take my money, please, please. Just for a sniff of the coochie is crazy. Tricking is at an all-time high. Like, I don't think you understand that if a guy's tricking on something like that, what do you think he's gonna do for a younger, hotter girl who's a little bit more seductive with it too, who's a little bit more finessey with it? This is why the soft guy era is a thing, is because we need to start holding ourselves to the same standards as these women. We need to start asking women for more. Free, unlimited, is everywhere. The way that women look at themselves and the way that men look at themselves nowadays is absolutely two different things. Women expect men to give up money, spend money, spoil them, make them feel a certain way. But when it comes to men, we're just happy getting some goddamn sex. We need to start setting the standards a little bit higher. We need to start saying, you know what, if she's not doing this for me, she gotta go. And that is exactly what the soft guy era promotes.
If you don't know what the soft guy era is, or you just simply hate the soft guy era, this video is for you. Shout out to my fellow Mark Pollard, for dropping a slideshow on Instagram explaining what this is. So if you didn't know, me and my brother Goody started the soft guy era a few weeks ago, and it's going viral. We have been wreaking havoc on the internet, and so have the rest of y'all. We love the support. Keep dropping y'all videos. Let's keep making them mad. So now we're going into detail on what this is. The idea. Men in their soft guy era want to find high value women who can take care of them in ridiculous ways. Yes, we do. They want us to have money. I want my woman to have money as well.
For me, it goes like this. Either I'm getting a woman with money or I'm getting a woman with a lot of traditional values. Like, why would I want to date a girl who can't cook or clean and who is in debt? Like, these things like this matter in the long term of things.
It's only right. Drizzle, drizzle. The soft guy era is a response to the soft girl era of 2023. It mocks videos in which
ridiculous. Ridiculous.
From men. It twists a mnemonic device from YouTuber Letitia Puday, aka the Sprinkle Lady. It's a supervision of alpha male content. And then here's the kicker, and this is what they don't like. The 4 points. Women say they want equality, but then some demand the most.
We already know what it is. Like, they want to have equal rights for certain situations, but then when things are, or not in their favor, they want to have it unequal. It's not all women, it's just a certain group of them.
Unequal situations from men. And this includes men paying all the bills, but the woman is making money as well, but she doesn't want to come out of pocket because she's a woman, right? Doesn't make sense. That doesn't sound equal to me. Now we're going to go down to insight If men acted like this, they'd be laughed out the room. See, now when women are hearing these things, they're like, oh, this is ridiculous. No way you want.
They always try to shame you when you have a standard towards your life. They always try to say something to bring you down when you say something that you want. Like if a man says, I want a woman to cook and clean for me. Oh yeah, you want me to be your mom. You want yada yada yada.
You want a mom, you want a parent, you want a man. No, we just want what you guys want from us in return. Now on to the advantage. Men believe they bring a lot to the table, so maybe they are now the table. See, a lot of men don't realize they are the table. If a man is paying all the bills, sir, you are the table. You're providing for a woman and your children. You are the table. But a lot of men don't realize who they are. So they really don't know they've been manipulated into living old-fashioned ways. That shit is over and it's dead.
You are the table.
Money now,
Facts.
a lot of men don't realize that money now.
Facts.
And work as a team. Eve was made to be a helpmate to Adam. Let's not play. Now the strategy. Show how outrageous.
And that's exactly why we're in the situation we're in now. Like a lot of dudes who are doing these things are paying bills, are treating their family right. They've allowed media and society tricking them into thinking that they're not the prize and that they're not doing enough still. A lot of men have been fooled in believing that if they don't make over 100K, they don't take their family on trips every fucking week, that they're not doing enough and they're not bringing enough to the table. That is the exact opposite of the truth.
Strategy. Show how outrageous it is when men demand to be provided for in the same equality. We all know being a provider in 2024 is a scam, so we don't care, so we're not doing that anymore. We know that's old-fashioned. These women got money, these women are working, so they need to contribute. We want a helpmate.
So the long story short, the soft guy era is a funny but good way of exposing the unrealistic dating standards of women nowadays. Especially being in 2024 where it's like women want the 1%. Almost every girl that even has a little bit of attractiveness wants to date the 1% of man. And I think that as you guys watch these videos I'm gonna show you, you'll see just how diluted it gets. So one thing I'll add on to him saying that being a provider is a scam in 2024, for the most part, if you're dealing with a girl who's more Americanized and more modernized than ever, fuck yeah, it's a waste of fucking, no, I would never do that. Why would I pay all the bills and still can't get a peace of mind from you? That doesn't make any sense. So to me, I think being a provider for the wrong woman is definitely a scam. If you can get yourself a girl who's a little bit more traditional, she's a lot more raised on the basis of showing her man how much she appreciates him via her actions and just saying shit or posting shit or just, doing whatever they think that's best. That you don't want to be providing for women who are unappreciative of you, take you for granted, misuse you, manipulate you. You don't want to be around those kind of girls. And you'll see as we start watching these videos exactly what they look like.
Nah, because I'm seeing all these dudes online talking about soft guy era this, soft guy era that. Y'all want girls to pay for stuff. And honestly, bro, you type of dudes, bro, is damn right about time.
Yeah.
If you ask me, it couldn't have been said better. I'm just relieved to know that it ain't just me. You want to come here asking me what I got to offer, what I bring to the table. Baby, I am the table. And it's not the question of do I got money? Obviously, but I want yours. How could we speak in our mind? Now we sassy. Now we acting zesty. What y'all be saying? And did. Don't care. I'm gonna put your ass to work. I'm looking for the big ballers, okay? When that bill come to the table, don't even look in my direction. It's giving broke girl. And baby, if that's the case, that's fine. Just say that. No judgment, but next caller. I'm sorry, boo. No money on your done yun. It's gotta go. At this point, I'm not even answering the call unless I get a cash app first. Like, what? Where's my money for my haircut?
You see how crazy this sounds? Like, when we ask women for the same shit that they ask for us, we sound absolutely nuts. That just goes to show you how desensitized we have become towards the bullshit of their unrealistic dating standards. Like, I got a homeboy I met recently who spent like $500 on a first date to a really expensive restaurant here in Houston. I asked him, bro, I said, listen, what were you looking to accomplish on that date? He's just like, oh, I just wanted to get to know her. I'm like, you're making the game worse for everybody. You're fucking the game up. But to his credit, he just got out of a 5-year relationship and he's probably born with the Disney mentality that most of us have of like, you need to treat a girl as best as possible and she'll love you for that. That shit don't work no more. That shit's dead, bruh. We're dealing with some hardcore women for the most part. But these girls don't give a fuck about how much you spent on them. If it ain't beneficial to them, they don't give a fuck. They got their own money now. They're independent. They got their own thing going on.
Some of y'all ladies gonna have to settle. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but listen.
You right about
I
that?
can't have a perfect man out here.
Nope.
There ain't even enough of us.
You know what's funny? You guys can literally go on this website. I'll tag it here. You guys can see the kind of man that a woman wants is very rare. Like a dude who's making over 6 figures, who's 6 foot tall, good looking, has hair, who's muscular and not fat, and that's not old as fuck. It's like 1% or something crazy like that. And that's why, I always say, if more men see the statistics and got out of the lack of mentality, we would change the game so quick, because at the end of the day is this: there is more beautiful women than there is successful men. Beauty can be created these days. Beauty is sacrificial at this point. A woman can spend $5,000, get fillers, get their makeup done, get their hair done, get a BBL, and by the time that shit's over with, they look like a goddamn dime. So it's like, you guys gotta keep that in mind when you guys are dating a woman. Like, don't let a woman's beauty manipulating you to do some shit that isn't fucking you. There'll be a trick who spends a couple $1,000 on a girl one time because he wants to smash, and she'll think that every man needs to do that from now on. Now, let's see what the women are saying about this.
Don't lay down with any boy in his soft boy era. Don't lay down with anything more feminine than you. Okay, and some of these guys in the comments are definitely more feminine than a lot of ladies in this chat. Okay, don't lay down.
Don't y'all like guys who are a little bit more feminine? Don't you guys hate guys who are super stoic, don't have show no emotions? Don't you guys hate when a guy can't be pushed off a square? I know some of y'all said this before, so I don't understand what the issue is when a guy's more feminine. I couldn't be no more feminine, but
because they're definitely in the closet. At least subconsciously.
Same manipulation tactics every time.
You don't want to date a guy subconsciously in the closet. Now what this means is he might not be gay, but he has a lot of gay tendencies, and he might as well be. The only thing that's straight about him is his preference. So when I say you dating the soft boy era, I'm not homophobic at all. I'm not homophobic at all. I'm dustophobic. All right. Because it takes a masculine man to create himself and to be.
For me to want to be the provider, I'm gonna need complete submission. I'm gonna need complete compliance from you if you want me to be that kind of man you're looking for. You're not gonna be coming to me, bossing me around, being on my nerve, giving me a headache, and expect me to pay all the bills, send you money, and then you treat me like shit.
Create himself and to be the type of man that women actually are attracted to. Okay, so if you're going to be in your subconscious closet as a drizzle, what you call it, soft boy era dude, the only
give me pick me shit. Give me both of them, bro. Give me both of them. Those kind of girls will give the world to, because they understand their place in the relationship, and they want to be with a guy like us. Like,
will only hold you back. So, yes, I'm dustophobic. And a lot of you dusties are living your best feminine life, but still acting straight. But subconsciously and mentally, you're really a feminine person, and all your traits are feminine because you don't have any masculine. Get up and go, get this money. All you want to be is taken care of and thought of as the prize and chased. So to me, that's the woman. That's the feminine aspect of you that's taking over.
Just to show you guys an example of who's tricking on these kind of women, let's just watch this clip.
Show us who is sponsoring you. How about that? Talking so crazy about the soft guy era, but your whole life is funded by an old man.
Every time I look at my husband,
I knew he was older, bro.
Bless your mama.
I knew he was old.
And bless your papi.
I knew she had a granddaddy as a husband.
So tell me why I was right and that I was correct.
Let me listen to the motherfucker from fucking Dragon Ball Z, bruh.
They can't pull this off unless the man is old and he's desperate.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me wrong, her husband is rich, but he's a desperate old man.
Oh yeah.
He's doing a
The biggest thing about money is an amplifier. So you became a rich, desperate old man. That's what it comes down to. You know, a lot of guys will put so much value on the money. Oh, just because you got money, you're supposed to be this stand-up dude. No. Money is great, and it takes a lot of work, and sometimes it is luck, sometimes it is just straight up hard work. But to really be a man, the foundation has to be set before you get the money. To me, having money is just an amplifier. Like, congrats, you're a rich lame.
You give me pom pom, I give you money. He's doing a transaction. You give me pom pom, I give you money. That's how it is. I had to drop this before.
she even
You
responds.
give me poom
Because she will
poom, I
respond.
give you money.
But dog,
That's how
it's
it is.
crazy how like
I had to drop
I
this
just knew
before.
it wasn't a guy her
She
age.
even responds.
Never.
Because she will.
Because the guys her age aren't putting up with it no more. When the red pill really got popping back in like the 2018 era, a lot of men have quit the game. A lot of men quit living up to the standards because a lot of men got burned. Luckily for us young dudes, we haven't gone through that phase, and hopefully you guys are seeing why you should not do old ways for a new society. We're gonna watch one more clip just to show you how delusional these dating standards are, and then I'm gonna finally break down some dating strategies for you guys.
So I'm the lady who says you can't be my boyfriend unless you pay my bills after 3 months, and that made some men very angry. So I decided to revise that because I'm about to delete this dating app.
I know you ain't saying that. I just know you ain't saying that. I just know you're not saying that. Well, to each their own, to each their own.
Because I'm about to delete this dating app and just not date men altogether because you guys are all...
Y'all need to get off them dating apps as you're a man, bro. Them dating apps should never be your primary way of meeting women. I dropped a whole documentary on why I hate online dating and why you should never be on it, especially if you're young. You run into the most low quality of people on these dating apps because when you're on a dating app, bro, it requires little to no effort to do it. You find the most delusional, the most fishy, the most just straight up wicked people on there that just say the craziest shit and will do the craziest shit to you.
All are after one thing and you don't understand the concept of investing in a lady. So I said, what can we do here? What can we do? And then a story popped into my mind of a lady who had a boyfriend who would always run from her whenever she was trying to get hanky-panky from him. And turns out he couldn't do that. He had problems in that area because he was older. And I was like, oh my God, why did I think of this? So I changed my status to only interested in generous men who are not looking for a sexual relationship. And 3 of the men I was talking to, 2 of them deleted the chat. And one of them said, I'd still like to talk to you. I'm still interested, even if you're not interested in that. There's a market for this. There's guys out there who pills don't work. They're not interested. And he is the oldest one out of the 3. So where am I wrong here? I like to be upfront and honest with people. You want a girlfriend, I want a handbag. And
I don't know who would even entertain the idea. The biggest thing I can say to men is just wake the fuck up. The pussy's never worth your dignity, and it's never worth all the money that you have. Like, you guys gotta start having a higher level of standard towards yourself, which is what's gonna lead us to the biggest game changers. Find women who like you for you. This is probably the key thing about the soft guy era. If a girl actually is interested in you, you're not gonna have to pay her rent 3 months in advance or send her $60 for her nails. If she really likes you, she is willing to invest into you just like you invest into her. It should not have to be a one-way street when it comes to you guys in your relationship. Some of the best ways to find a woman that you're interested in you is not going on these dating apps and swiping right on every girl and just hopefully thinking you're gonna land one because you haven't done the work. Go put the work in, level up, man. Get on your self-improvement grind. Another thing is just realize who you're dealing with when it comes to these women. If a woman is blatantly showing you who she is, she's blatantly saying things that are crazy, she's saying things, she's moving a certain way, why the fuck would you want to be caught in a situation where you're strapped with her? This is why I have no empathy for a dude like Fresh CEO who got that girl pregnant. As a man, you're responsible for your actions at the end of the day. Why would you consistently put yourself at risk dealing with women who are no good at all? If you see a woman has a consistent pattern of treating men like shit and dogging them and running through them, why would you want to be involved in that? Do you think you're gonna change her? Do you think you're gonna be the savior of her? Do you think you're gonna help her change into a new person? We can look through history and see that this has never worked for any man. Any man who's trying to change these kind of girls into becoming something that they're not has always got burnt in the end. Stop trying to invest in women who are no good for you. So the third and last strategy I'll say is just start dating women who are considered pick-me's. The kind of girls that are considered pick-me's are girls who value a man more than most women. You typically find these kind of girls in the minorities nowadays, girls who are first generations to the country. Girls like that, they usually have a lot more traditional values if you treat them right. If you date a girl like that, you'll see what I'm talking about. You're gonna see how simple and easy it is to be in a relationship with a girl like that. They're not gonna require for you to spend your whole bread on them. They're not gonna require for you to do all this crazy shit because they value a man's role in her life. And that's where you want to be at. And that's the kind of girls you want to date. Because once you get a taste of what it could be like, you're going to start thinking like a woman when it comes to dating. You're like, you know what? now that I dated a girl who's a little bit more feminine, a girl who values me for who I am, why would I want to settle down for a girl who only gives a fuck about what I can provide to her in the moment? How bad does dating have to be for us to create our own movement called the soft guy era to combat the unrealistic standards of a woman? Like, how bad did it have to get to this point? And remember this, if she won't do it, another girl will. I'll holler back at you guys. Peace.